another one you pay more, improved, and that has 150 bugs, and then you pay more. So but it's a wonderful, wonderful brand. They've built a brand which is so strong that you have no way of countering that. For us, we just use these words: be, think, innovate. I mean, for us, it actually stands for be responsible, think ahead, and innovate. And these are things that we really stand for. And we try to do everything that we, including the building that we built. Everything that we do, we try to see if it's a physical embodiment of what we stand for. We're not successful every time. We fail at times. I mean, it's bound to happen. But if you tend to continuously, industrial products, and they tend to continuously build and not give empty promises, I guess brand building there becomes a very, very... This is just that I was talking about communication channels. I mean, this stuff, I don't even understand. I have to go to my son. I asked him how to get onto Facebook. My 17-year-old tells me, what are you doing on Facebook? That's not for you. So I said, no, there are a lot of people who want to see me. I can't operate Facebook, at least I can read. Can you tell me how to operate? And somehow I managed to get it on. And he said, never ever make me a friend on Facebook. I said, I don't know how to make a friend on Facebook. And finally I find all things are connected to Twitter, Facebook, this, that. I don't know how to use them. But those are today's communication. So how do you get there? And how do you build a brand there to this generation who, pardon me for I call them bird brain because that's the attention span. The brains, they have good brains. But the attention span is so small, so small. They can't read, they can't write. They can see a screen, they can type. Or give them a piece of paper, they are dead. Yeah, so it's amazing that this technology has changed so much. And now it's coming into these little palms. The iPods and iTouch and whatever it is, and then the Android phones and all that. The whole world is there. So how do you sort of then, this is new challenges. So for us, we found in India that in-person events and one-to-one PR has been the most effective communication channel, because then we are hitting the right people, so we are able to call them. I have to admit this has been most effective. In spite of all the fancy amount of money we try to brand build on ads. But the communication in the print media has certainly increased the awareness. And to a certain extent, I'm a little afraid because it was boosted up the image more than what we are. And we are now trying to see if we can sort of keep it down and really bring it to reality so that expectations are managed. I'll just leave this. Two things. I like this guy. Flashy guy builds brands, irreverent brands. He goes about doing it with aplomb. We have our own version of him, Vijay Mallya. But it's amazing what he does. Striking chords with people to stir their emotions, and he does it wonderfully well. And commitment to imagination. I like those words. And these are actually the essence of really what branding is all about, irrespective of what product, service, industrial. You have to strike a chord with people, and you have to have a commitment to imagination and innovation, which is why I put this guy up there. Although he's not my ideal thing, but then I'm an engineer and industrial marketing guy. I'm not a... for me, the best policy is to tell the truth. Keep to the truth, find innovative ways to communicate the truth. Fake claims in the long run will kill the brand. Thanks a lot. I guess if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When it comes to industrial products, you said there are these intermediaries like contractors, and in the case of other industries, somebody else, masons.
Yeah, anybody, yeah.
But then eventually, the guy, the paying consumer, the guy who pays the money, okay, he's the guy who is really going to make a difference in terms of, and very often I find that these intermediaries, they act as negative influences rather than positive influences.
True.
You need to keep them on your side just to ensure that they don't. Why is it that industrial manufacturers are not focusing on this end paying consumer?
We are, but the The problem with this is that the end-paying consumer in most of these issues is not directly involved in buying these products. He's either contracted it out for an overall sum, or he's got somebody advising him because he doesn't know about it. We don't have a vibrant, what you call customer voice, which does third-party evaluation of products, so he doesn't know much about these products. When it comes to personal products like a pen, that's more on the value of or somebody says, I have this pen with me or this watch with me, or it's more seen and it's aspirational. For a car, for instance, I would love to drive around in a Lamborghini even if I can't afford it. But then that's the way it is. That's the way our mind thinks. But when it comes to these, they just give it away because one, it's not so exciting to look at it. When they give it away, what happens? It's given us as a whole lump some kind of contract with a lot of little things. Now the final stakeholders are the manufacturer and the end user, but all the guys in between have no stakes in this, but they can sort of spoil the broth completely. We have made efforts to look at talk to the end customer, but in industrial products it's very difficult to reach the end customer all the time, because you don't even in the soaps and these things, what happens is that the end customer is not really reached directly that way. They reach through advertising and all that. And that product is such that you see for yourself, you have a touch and feel, you go to a shop, you have a number of brands and you pick one. An industrial product, you don't have an industrial supermarket where you go, you put a number of brands, you pick one into your basket and you come away. It doesn't work. Even if you come away, you can't use it. You need somebody to erect it and establish it, to put it together. So that's where the problem is. So you need the middleman. Now, what we are trying to do is to also sensitize the end user, because in a case of ours, we try to do that. At the same time, bring all these middlemen in and start talking about. We take them into our factory, we take them into our thing, and have a 2-day program, talking to them. Like I said, but we feel happy we have done it. Now, how effective? Time will tell.
I would like to thank all of you.
I kind of like that you got the message.
I thank all of you for participating in this event, and I thank all the executive committee members present out here. And I also thank Hindu for sponsoring this event. Thank you very much. I request Ramesh of Lintas Law to hand over a memento to Mr. Ranganath.
Thank you.
Thank you very much and good night.